Following is some general guidance in reading the California Fish and Game Code. California statutes are contained in 29 separate named codes, and the 11th alphabetically is the Fish and Game Code. All 29 codes have some general provisions applicable to reading and interpreting that particular code sections. The following are some selected general provisions of the California Fish and Game Code. Section 1 says that this code is known as the Fish and Game Code. Section 2 says that unless the provisions or context require otherwise, that definitions and regulations adopted under this code are used to govern its construction. Section 3 says that the provisions of this code, insofar as they're substantially the same as existing statutory provisions relating to the same subject matter, are to be construed as restatements and continuations rather than new enactments. Section 4 provides that division, part, chapter, article, and section headings do not in any manner affect the scope, meaning, or intent of the provisions of this code. Section 5 says that whenever reference is made to any portion of the code, the reference applies to all amendments and additions made. Section 6 specifies that whenever a power is granted to a public officer or a duty is imposed upon that public officer, then the power may be exercised or the duty may be performed by a deputy to the officer. Section 7 says that whenever a statement or report is required to be made, it must be made in the English language. Section 8 says that the present tense includes the past and future tenses, and the future tense includes the present. Section 9 provides the masculine gender includes the feminine and neuter. Section 9.2 defines the term spouse to include registered domestic partner. Section 10 says that the singular number includes the plural and the plural includes the singular. Section 11 says that whenever in this code the doing of an act between certain dates or from one date to another is allowed or prohibited, that the period of time indicated includes both dates that are specified. Section 13 says that unless it's specified otherwise, any notice or other written communication required to be sent to any person by this code or regulations adopted is sufficient notice if it's sent by first-class mail to the last address furnished to the department by that individual person. Section 79 says that the term shall is mandatory and may is permissive. And finally, Section 80 says that unless the provision or context requires otherwise, a provision of this code that applies to a whole animal also applies to a part of an animal. That's in the California Fish and Game Code.